Hello, welcome to the Look Around podcast, where we look around the world for the world's best entertainment. I am a host, Bailey
And
Roy.
I'm the other host, Carl Sell.
So, episode 2, Titans. This
It sucks. There's no way around
yep,
saying it up front. It's awful. I hated it.
yep,
All of it.
yep, yep.
Um. Yep.
We hate it just that little bit extra more, don't we?
Yes. Oh
So a
my
little
god.
bit extra more. So we tried recording this episode twice before now. Each time was a colossal failure. The second time was the worst out of the two of them. We'd gotten about 40 minutes in, it was probably about 10 or so minutes from finishing up the episode, and I somehow pressed a button on my keyboard and lost my entire recording.
Incompetent old man.
I'm. How dare you? I am only like 2 years older than you. I'm not
Ah.
that old.
Still old.
Whatever. My age, what doesn't matter. Titans.
Um. Spoilers
What
as
did you
well, by the
think
way.
going into it? Oh yeah. Obviously, spoilers. I
Um.
mean, it's safe to assume that you're coming here from the RoboCop episode, so
Yeah.
obviously.
This. Okay. So, I remember really looking forward to the show based on the trailers that came out back in 2018, and I was so on board for this. The trailers looked so good. Robin's suit looked so good, and I was like, it's just Teen Titans in live action. I was like, yes, please. And it came out, and I thought it was just okay. The start of season 1, and then I watched season 2, and season 2 sucks. I hated it. It's so good.
Yeah, I had the exact same feelings as you. I saw the trailers. I was amped for this, man. I had electricity running through my veins. That's how pumped I was for this. And then to have such a mediocre first season and then ruin it with season two
Yeah,
is just, oh my god,
no good.
it's no good. It's no good. So let's
Just jump right in. What season 1?
let's get over. Yeah, jump right into this, I guess.
Alright, is there anything that you liked? I feel like there is definitely
The
some good
episodes where
stuff
it
in
didn't
it.
focus on the main plot,
Yeah,
those were the episodes that I liked. So, even though the Doom Patrol episode did kind of focus on the main plot, but not at the same time, the Doom Patrol one, the episode where we meet Jason Todd, and the Hank and Dawn
yeah,
episode 9, I thought was good. But then, even then, they all, except for the Jason Todd episode, they all kind of had downsides, which not ruined the episode altogether, but just made it just that tad bit more disappointing compared to all the other episodes
yeah.
because it was going so well, and then it just started to fall downhill.
I definitely feel the same way. I think the episodes that feel like they could be spun off into different shows are really great. Like the
Cough like
the
Doom
Doom
Patrol.
Patrol, especially Doom Patrol and the Doom Patrol show. I don't know if you've seen it, but it is phenomenal.
No, I haven't seen it. I've
It's
heard good things. I've heard a mixed bag. I've heard that it was bad, and I've heard that it is good as well.
I really enjoyed it. I've only seen the first season. I've seen and the pilot of the second season, but they're really good. I really enjoyed it. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
definitely. So the Doom Patrol episode is I really enjoy. It's really great. Although I don't like the version of the Chief in that episode. He's such a prick.
Yeah, no, that was just a really weird representation of a character of that character. I mean, granted, I haven't read any of the comics, so there's probably potentially a version out there where he was sort of evil and abusive and all that stuff. But
Yeah, no. I think he's done a lot better in the the,
it's
the
just
Doom
weird.
Patrol show.
Yeah, with a completely different actor as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
I know that.
yeah. The Doom no, not Doom Patrol, the Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, Haley Circus episode is so good. It's so good. That one's genuinely
Yeah, that was a
really
good
great.
episode.
Um,
That was a good episode.
I like, at least in the first season, I like Jason Todd. I think it's a great version of him to bring into live action. He's pretty much like this.
Yes.
I'm the sidekick to Batman. I can do whatever the fuck I want, including but not limited to breaking police officers' backs or whatever he does in that episode.
Yeah, just messing up a whole group of cops.
Great. And then the Hank and Dawn episode, I thought I really enjoyed
See that?
the brothers, like Hank,
Yeah, no,
Hank and
definitely. That
Donnie.
was the whole origin to those characters was really good, but then it went obviously downhill after the atrocious car crash scene. But
Oh
before we
my
get
god,
into
so
that,
bad.
the thing that ruined that episode for me is we meet Hawk and Dove or Hank and Dawn in in the second episode,
Yeah, and then they're
right?
gone for like the rest of the
Which is
season.
fine. Yeah, and then Dawn is put into a coma at the end of that. Also, no, she's thrown off a building at the end of episode 2, and then it's found that she's in a coma at the start of episode 3. And then that's all we see of them for the next 6 episodes until episode 9.
Yeah, it's so whack. Uh, the
And then they come back for like, yeah, no, sorry, that's all we see of them for the entire first season
yeah,
is those 3
we get
episodes.
yeah. I don't know. I really didn't. That episode in particular that had the Hank and Dawn episode. I also feel like the stuff with Hank and his brother Donnie is like more fleshed out than
Yeah,
what's her name? Dawn.
or Dawn, yeah,
It's
no,
like
definitely.
because like with the Hank and Donnie we get like 20-30 minutes of them like just hanging out being brothers and then forming this superhero duo, and then with Dawn it's just lunch with her mother and then she gets run over. It's like, wow, I don't care about that at all.
Yeah. Oh no. We also see her do ballet. Then it's lunch with her mama.
Oh yeah, the ballet, super important, dude. You're absolutely right. How could I forget that?
Yeah, crucial to her character. Crucial to her
Jesus.
character. Oh my god, it is.
Um,
It's sad. No, it would have been nice if that episode of the origin story of how they met was intertwined with us meeting them for the first time in episode 2. I mean, granted, a lot of people, so not a lot of people, a lot of shows do that. It's like, oh, we introduce this character, and here's their backstory for why they are and who they are, and etc. etc. Which but then so is the whole like introduced to a character. You get to know these characters, and then you get the tragic backstory. But the main thing that we're missing here is we didn't get to know these characters.
yeah, they just introduced and then one of them's in a coma. It's like, wow, that was what a useless episode.
Yeah, like we got we got not even like a full hour's worth spent with these 2 characters before one was put out of commission and the other one followed suit by staying by her side and all that
yeah.
stuff.
There is that episode I do like that episode for the most part. Like maybe half of that episode I think is really
Yeah, no,
good.
I like the same here. I like it for the most part, but it could have just been handled. Sorry, it should have been handled in a different way, and it shouldn't have been a lot earlier in the season than like the third last episode, because there's only 11 episodes in the first season.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's another thing that I like about the show that we can definitely both agree on. The superhero suits are so good.
Oh yeah, the costumes are crazy. The costumes, the non like CGI, costumes for the heroes are really good. I like them
I
a
love
lot.
the Robin suits, both of them. They're so good.
Yeah, the Robin suits are great. Hawk and Dove outfits, even though they're really, like they pay a lot of homage to the original costumes from when the characters first came out, which makes them look weird
I love it.
in a modern setting. I mean, like, yeah, no, don't get me wrong, it's good, but like, it's a bit of a culture shock.
I think it's more of like
But
they stand out. Those costumes in particular, the Hawk
no,
and
you're like
Dove suits.
that's what I mean. Like, you look at modern superhero costumes, they're all sleek and like non show offy, while those ones like they're quite what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Don't even worry about it.
Like they're like lavish or something along those lines.
I don't know. I think those suits, they're really colorful, but at the same time, the color grading of the entire show ruins it.
Oh yeah, especially for the first season,
it's
it's
in
crazy.
all
Everything's
blue.
in a
There's so much blue,
bluish hue.
and it really ruins those costumes. Because if you go on like Instagram and you look at a picture of the Robin suit on its own, like in good lighting, it looks incredible. It's just bright colors. I'm like,
Yeah.
that looks like I would want to see that in a movie. Like that exact suit. It looks
Yeah.
incredible. And then you see it in the show, you might as well be wearing black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is all just dull and muted.
Like burgundy at
Yeah.
best.
And like I was like, oh, they really could have made those colors pop. I think this whole show just really went in the wrong direction, going super dark and brutish, where it should have been bright and colorful. Because that's the Teen Titans. They're the most colorful characters in comics book. You know what I mean?
Oh, the most colourful, but they are a group made up of sidekicks mostly, which
I meant
were
that in more
designed
like
to
costumes.
be.
Like they're all wearing like bright reds and
No,
whites and stuff.
I get what you mean, but I'm talking like personality.
Yeah.
But no, I get you.
I think my favorite costume in the whole show is probably Hawk. I just think it's a great comic
It's
to
pretty
live
good.
action. Just it doesn't look weird. I don't think it looks weird. It definitely doesn't stand out, but I think it looks great.
Yeah, I liked Donna's from season 2, even though we rarely see her
Oh,
in it.
dude, it's great. I like the Wonder Girl suit. Yeah, it's great.
It is a good costume.
Cast is pretty good. I think for the most part. Not
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. They all do a phenomenal job of portraying the characters and all that stuff. It's just really just the writing that sort of lets them
definitely.
down.
I think in particular, Brendan Thwaites as Dick Grayson.
Oh,
is
yeah.
great.
As
He's
Dick
really
Grayson,
good.
phenomenal.
I think
Absolutely
I
phenomenal.
definitely see him being Dick Grayson, like a film. Like if they did a Nightwing movie or put Dick Grayson in like a Batman film, he definitely could pull it off. I honestly see this version of Robin being a Robin to an Affleck Batman, and he could definitely pull it off. And it's just great. It's just definitely the writing of the entire show really pulls him back. Not pulls him back like in performance wise, just like, you know, just the character's not particularly interesting. He becomes more of a fucking prick in season 2. And yeah.
You know, I don't know. I wouldn't say. I mean, he does, but he doesn't at the same time. He's still like there are glimpses of him being. I mean, I'd say he's a bit more serious in season 1 than season 2.
Mm.
Season 2 is when I feel they sort of. I mean, like they were still going for like really seriousness, but they sort of with the introduction of like Deathstroke, they tried to make it a little more comedical, I guess.
Especially in the first episode of season 2, it's really like it kind of feels like a Justice League movie. Like the Justice League movie is like it's two different things clashing. It's like it's trying to be dark and serious as the previous season, but it's trying to be like, here's this we're promising a new brighter future for the rest of the show, and then it just goes back to being dark and shit.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Beast Boy needs to turn into more animals. I'm so sick of that tiger.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes. I 100% agree with you. The whole fact that, I mean, it's understandable for the first season because, you know, a lot of people like Raven and Starfire, they're figuring out their powers and all that stuff. So it's understandable. And, you know, budget and all that. Sometimes you can only animate the one rubber tiger. But what really irks me is at the start of season 2, he turns into a snake, and then it's never brought up.
Yeah, it never
again.
goes, oh, I can turn
if
into
you were
more
going to
animals.
stick with the
It's just,
whole,
I want to be a tiger again.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Yeah, like if you're going to stick with him only being able to turn into the one animal, then make it that one animal. Don't just randomly turn him into a snake whenever it's convenient for your telling of the plot.
Right.
Oh.
It would have been nice to like maybe have him turn into a gorilla. That'd be cool. Maybe like fight Superboy for a little bit in one of the episodes.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that would be grouse.
I don't know.
I mean, it would have been interesting if like Cadmus, like, because at the end of the season 2, he gets kidnapped by Cadmus along with Superboy, and they like go like poking around in his brain and such. Like it'd be cool if like they unlocked his ability to, you know, transform into other animals.
That's actually a great idea. I didn't even think of it like that. They definitely could have done that, right?
That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Oh, dude.
And you know, and they still could have like kept him like into like a gorilla or something. Like they didn't have to just make him like this. Oh, it's just
no good.
They didn't have to make him the same old rubber tiger, because like the tiger looks pretty bad.
There's.
I mean, fair enough. It's a TV show, you know. not everything can be, high quality freaking Marvel movies or
But Bailey, they
anything.
spent all the money on the blue. Blue costs a lot of
The
money.
I mean, it must, but it must, man, it must.
Must they use it all the time?
I think they blew their budget for season 2 on
Just
bloody
blue filters.
Trigon.
Oh, they definitely didn't spend their money on Trigon. Have you seen Trigon? Yeah,
No, yeah, no, trust me, I've seen Trigon. That is
disgusting.
the worst design I have seen for that character
And he dies in the
ever.
first 30 minutes, dude.
Yes, it's not even like a big climactic battle. It's just one CGI pervert. It's disgusting.
Gross.
I mean, like, it's not that bad. Like, it's not bad CGI, but it's boring.
Yeah, boring. Yeah, true.
And he doesn't fight back. He just gets overpowered.
I don't think he does anything
Oh,
magic when he becomes the demon. He just walks on the grass and the grass dies.
other than like, yeah, other than that, and like rip Raven's heart out and then turn it into the gemstone on her
Did he
forehead.
even do that, or did he do that when he was like a human?
Oh no, but like, no, he ripped her heart out as he was a human, but then like as soon as he pulled it out, then he turned into the demon.
Yeah, right.
It would have been nice for them to give him hair as well, to be honest.
Mm.
'Cause, that's, at least in my opinion, that's sort of like really iconic for Trigon, is like that white hair.
Yeah.
Which, like stands out on his like red skin and such.
Mhm.
It's just disappointing.
There's a
It's
bit
just
in
majorly disappointing.
season 1 that I found unbelievably stupid. Like, even for this show's standard of stupid. There's a bit, I don't remember what episode it is. There's a bit after the that weird family comes in, the assassin family you're introduced.
Oh yeah.
They barge into Dick Grayson's partner's house, or they sneak in, and then she comes home, and there's like the girls in the corner crying, and instead of asking questions like, "Who the hell are you? What are you doing in my house? What the fuck's going on?" she just goes, "Oh my god, are you okay? Are you right?" And then she just gets shot or whatever, or stabbed or whatever happens. It's like, what are you doing? You're a cop. You fuckhead.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous actually. Speaking of early season 1 episodes, one thing, my equivalent to that scene for you would have to be when Starfire confronts those Russian dudes at the club.
Oh yeah.
Like, it is such just it's such a crap scene.
It's just the whole room on fire or whatever, right? Is that the bit?
Oh no, dude, there's more than just that. So like, she wakes up from amnesia and like finds her way to this club where apparently she was like sleeping, with a relationship with the owner of the club, who's also like a mob boss or some shit, right? And he like confesses, is like, "Oh, I loved you," and she's like, just looks like, "Oh, really?" It's like, "No, I don't think I loved you too." Like, for starters, that doesn't make sense. I don't think I loved you too.
Bum, 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 bum.
Like, to me, that line doesn't make sense.
Yeah, right.
And then she proceeds to burn down the room after the mob boss shoots her, after he professes his love to her like an asshole.
I don't like Starfire in this show
he's not
at all.
No.
Everything about her is
She's
just
not
whack.
too bad in the first season, but in the second season, she's just the
I
worst.
find her particularly bad. Like, she really dragged the whole show down, in my opinion. It's just, like, why not have her just be a fucking immigrant from Tamarin or whatever? Like, that's cool enough. That's good enough from, like, the previous versions of Titans. I don't know why they had to give her amnesia and make her kill a bunch of people for no reason. It's like, that's not... I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's another thing. She's like really into murder as well for some mysterious
all
reason.
the characters are really into murder.
Nah, not all the characters. Garth has a freak out when he mauls that dude in the asylum.
Yeah, but then Dick Grayson blows up the asylum. Full of people.
No, he burns down it, doesn't he?
No, he like...
Or something like that.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous, but everyone in there dies under his order. It's like, wow, I thought you were bloody Batman's partner, you dickhead. What are you doing?
I mean, well, at this, the whole fuck Batman fight, isn't that like doesn't he like kill all of them?
No, he just like is just really big prick about it. Like he like jams the
just
guy's
beats him to...
face in the glass and the brick walls and stuff. That's a cool fight though. I actually really enjoyed that fight.
I didn't. I mean, like, there's one scene in that fight where it's like the overhead shot where they use CGI smoke, which I thought was really dumb.
Yeah, true.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, but I didn't find it particularly
why
distracting.
CG? Nah, it caught my eye and it really irked me. Like, why would you use CGI smoke when you were using real smoke in the scenes? Like, smoke machines aren't that expensive.
Yeah, true. I thought that
was just an extremely, extremely disappointing show, unfortunately.
There's a little pet peeve of mine that I just really wish they put into the show, but they didn't. They changed it. I just read Dick Grayson really should have been stationed in Bloodhaven instead of Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been nice.
Yes, definitely. It would have been extremely nice to see some more... to see any comic book places, comic book cities like Bloodhaven, for example. I think we see Metropolis, and that's about it.
We get that Gotham
when
I guess, but that's like fake Gotham.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't even count.
Yeah, it's not
like,
real.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's not even real. And that's in season 1, and we do see Gotham again in season 2 when Jason and Rose go off and start murdering people.
Was that in Gotham?
For shits and giggles. Yeah, it's like when they introduce that scene, like they've got like little subtitles pop up at the bottom saying like, "Oh, a little outside of Gotham," or somewhere outside of Gotham, which is dumb because it looks like they're on a freaking. It looks like they're at a beach house.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
it's weird because this show is just like an early 2000s superhero show, like a Birds of Prey, where they're like, we'll incorporate these comic book elements, we'll have it set in this fantastical world where like the Justice League exists and stuff, but we will
the Joker and Deathstroke
but we'll be too embarrassed
to
call them by their names for the most part. Like, I don't think they ever call Beast Boy, or Raven and stuff like that. It's like, why?
Yeah, or Starfire. Which is weird because in season 2, Starfire's sister Blackfire gets called Blackfire.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I think she even says in some point in season 2, she goes, I have a name. It's Corey Anders. Just go Starfire. Yeah, no, say Starfire. Yeah.
That's the starter moment.
Today, Junior.
It would have been nice for them to use the names of some of the other heroes that appear in the show and not just like Aqualad, Robin, Wonder Girl. I think they only ever mention Wonder Girl a handful of times anyways.
I don't think they do at all. I think it was always just referred to as Donna.
No, Garfield, Beast Boy, asks Donna, is like, oh my god, are you Wonder Girl? And she's like,
oh yeah, true.
And like, that's it.
There's a lot of kidnapping in both seasons of this show. Like, you gotta get to a point.
Not really in season 2.
No, there's a lot in season. I think not as much, but in season 2 they kidnap.
Yeah, Jason gets kidnapped. But
they kidnap Jason, and then Cadmus kidnaps Connor and.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry,
Beast Boy.
and
in season
Connor
1,
and Beast Boy.
Raven gets kidnapped like 6 times.
Raven just gets kidnapped left, right, and center. Yeah.
Oh, it's like each episode's like, oh, who's kidnapping her this episode? It's like a reoccurring gag.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Especially like for the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I literally have in my notes. I have this show is so repetitive. Brackets written at season 1, episode 3, and that was referring to the amount of times Raven got kidnapped just in those first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And what? It's just no good. It's just the worst. I don't want to talk about this show anymore.
Neither do I, dude.
Especially since we've done this twice.
I know, but you know what?
There is one thing that I want to talk about before we. Not that we're going to end it now, but before we start, wrapping it up, is in season 2 when Connor saves Jason, and it's assumed to be Rose. I mean, not in the show. It's never said at all that Rose which is Deathstroke's daughter in the show, um, is like pulling all these pranks, as they're called, to the Titans. But like when Jason gets blamed for all those pranks, the crucifixes in Raven's room, the bottle of bourbon in Hank's room,
Oh
the
yeah, and they all just bully him. They
the
blame Jason.
yeah, and they all bully him after this kid has like spent literally the entire day staring out his window, envisioning himself falling over and over and over again, to the point where at the end of the episode he goes to jump off the
Yeah, they
freaking
bully
Titans
him
Tower
so
and
bad he
kill
goes to go
himself.
kill himself, the poor kid, and they don't mention it ever again
And it's
after that.
never
Oh
spoken
my
of again.
God.
They never apologize. It is absolutely
What a bunch of
ridiculous. It is
pricks.
absolutely ridiculous.
So bad. There's
It
oh
is
my
so
God.
bad.
There's so much of this show that's just so bad.
It is. Oh, dude, it's all bad, especially season 2.
Okay, there's like 2 things in season 2 that I really like. There's a bit in I've written here, season 2, episode 4, that starts with a really great and fun Deathstroke killing montage.
Oh
I thought
yeah,
that bit was
was
really
where he
cool.
like gets captured and is like walking through a base. Yeah, no, that was pretty cool.
And there's like music playing, just in full costume, just doing assassinations and stuff. Like this is great. This is it.
Hell yeah.
And then it just goes back to blue hallways,
Yeah.
blue parties. I don't know. It's not a good show.
Blue everything.
I know. This show, I think, it really takes itself too seriously, and it shouldn't. Because some of the stuff they do in this, and they try to take it so seriously in a way that just feels so off. Like the Jericho living inside Deathstroke's head. It's like that doesn't fit in this show at all, does it?
No, definitely not.
Oh God, I hated this. The episode, the Teen Titans episode, like the prequel episode, the one that was about the original Titans.
Yeah.
That's not a bad episode. I don't feel. I think it's okay.
No, yeah,
except for
that's all right.
Aqualad's death, because that's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Oh, it's not as bad as Donna's at the end of the
God,
season.
that is honest. I'm just gonna say it. Donna's death at the end of season 2 is probably the worst death I've ever seen in TV. It's so stupid. It's just oh my God.
Absolutely needless.
Well, I remember when I first watched it and she just kind of like collapsed. And I was like, "Oh, she passed out or something?" But no, she just died. It's like what?
Yeah. No, just dead.
How did that
Straight
happen,
dead.
dude? Oh my God, that's ridiculous. What a shit show.
And then Raven goes off to Themyscira with her body. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you need to go there? Sure, you're learning how to use your new powers and they're
What are they
changing
gonna
and
teach
whatever.
you? They don't have fucking demon powers.
Yeah, they don't have demon powers. They're a warrior race.
Oh.
Well, they're not a race, but they are humans. But they're a group of warriors, not magicians
know,
and shit.
right?
And sure, they've probably got some like texts and whatnot explaining, similar shit to what she's
Surely,
going through.
if
But nothing.
the Justice League exists in this
could
universe,
help
right?
her.
Surely they just send her off to Zatanna.
Yeah, exactly. Or John Constantine, or literally any
Yeah.
of the other magic users in the universe.
Oh, dude! Now that you mentioned John Constantine, dude, wouldn't a Justice League Dark show be pretty cool?
Oh yeah, oh, there've been cartoon Justice League Dark movies.
Oh, I suppose Constantine's in that Legends show as well. Oh, I've only seen.
Yeah, for like an episode.
I've only seen the one episode. I don't even remember it very well.
No, he had his own show for a while. Actually, it was pretty good. Yeah, it ended horribly though. But I'm pretty sure like they got cancelled like mid through the show or like towards the end, so they were just like, oh whatever, nobody cares.
Yeah, right.
Why should we care about the writing of the show? And they sort of like toss it to the side. It's a pretty good show though. I love the dude that plays him. It does such a good job playing John Constantine, or bringing John Constantine to life. I should
right.
say.
We might check it out.
Does a phenomenal job.
What else have I got written here? Alright, I've written here, what's the point of having a secret identity?
Yeah, a lot of the heroes that aren't like non-power based heroes just sort of rock out with no facial coverings.
the
Oh wait, no, sorry, you're not talking about that. You're talking about the the Jason Todd episode.
I'm talking
Sorry.
about just the show in general, because like there's several times in the show where they don't. In season 2, there's the episode where they go to get Jason Todd back, and none of them are in costumes.
And they're not
they're just
wearing
in their
their
regular
costumes
clothes. It's
at
like, what are you
all.
doing? You're going up against Deathstroke, for Christ's sake. Put on your costumes. Probably armored or something, at least.
Or when they go up against Dr. Light as well.
No costumes
in season 2.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Like, it's a superhero show as well. Like, just put them in the costumes, please. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And I think that the entire show, there's not one shot or just any part of the show where they're all in costume. There's not one. And there's 2 seasons.
No, there is. There is. It's the very last moment.
No, but not all the characters are there.
Of the final episode in season 2.
Not even all the characters, because Raven's not there.
No, actually, no.
And Donna's
Yeah,
dead.
that's right. You're right.
And
Don is dead.
yeah, and I think Starfire just wearing regular clothes, probably.
Yeah,
Oh my
I think she's wearing
God.
regular clothes.
It's atrocious.
And Beast Boy's technically naked. But he doesn't have...
Technically, he is, right?
He's technically naked.
Oh, dude.
So he's useless.
The Superboy episode is okay.
Yeah, it's an okay episode until they go on that road trip with the chick creating them, and they have a weird mother-son like feel about them, but they're like, no, we're not mother and son. You know, I just created.
Oh my god, what
that
if they had
doesn't
a
make me
spin-off
mother
show
or
of just
anything.
those two, and it's called Mother and Son, and it's also a prequel to the show Mother and Son.
Oh god.
I'm not gonna come and say like I know a lot about Superboy from the comics. What I know about Superboy comes from the Young Justice show. So does
same here.
Superboy
I'm not
have
well-versed
laser
on the
eyes or
comics.
heat vision in the comics?
I don't. I think in some adaptations he does, and some he doesn't. Because I know.
Because remember that was
I
a big
remember one
part
of the versions
Young
of
Justice
Superboy.
show.
Superboy in Prime is like ridiculously strong.
Yeah, right. But this is supposed to be like
But
I don't know. Because remember that was a big
I don't know,
part
I
of
think-
the show Young Justice where he doesn't have Superman's powers, and they have that couple
Oh,
episode
where
arc.
he's only got the super
Yeah,
strength.
but they also have the couple of episode arc where Lex Luthor gives him like patches that give him like unlock all of Superman's powers or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. God.
God, Young Justice. You know what? If you're gonna take anything away from this episode of this pod, don't watch Titans. Watch Young Justice. It's just
Yeah,
a
don't
better
watch
version of
watch
this
Young
premise.
Justice.
It's the same.
It really is. And they're both on Australian Netflix
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
so you don't even have to like go buy a different service or buy the
Yeah,
DVDs.
yeah. If you're
Just-
in Oz, they're all
You
on
got
Netflix.
Netflix? Look up. Yeah, go on Netflix, man.
Oh, mate.
Ugh.
It's just I've got a lot of more notes here, but it's just me being negative, and I feel like I've just been shitting on the show this whole time.
Same here. Yeah, well, we literally have. We've just been saying nothing except for like the one or two nice things that we had to say, like, oh, the costumes were good. Oh, the episodes, you know, it could have been a good show if it was written better.
Yeah, exactly. It's just we're not very good. It's not a good show.
It's
Ooh,
not. Oh, and apparently there's going to be a season
Oh
3
my
as well.
God, I can't believe that's happening.
Yeah,
I'll watch it,
yeah.
but I don't want to.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
We might return back to this, do a Titans part 2 or whatever when that comes out.
Titans season 3 part 2.
I've also got written here. There's a bit in that. Remember that in the when Jason Todd gets captured by Deathstroke, and then he gets thrown off the building, whatever. I paid super close attention to this because I was like, does he or does he not have his utility belt on him? And he does. Why does he just grapple away?
Really?
Yeah, just grapple
my
to safety.
God.
And he's got his cape. Just glide.
What an
This is ridiculous, dude.
Oh my god!
just-
That one we can definitely blame on the show creators not having enough budget to sort of film that sort of stuff.
It's like, what, they couldn't afford a second utility belt? Was the one glued to the fucking
yeah,
suit? Like, what's going on? Oh,
actually, if we can we take a quick step back to your identity
yeah.
point? So obviously, the point you were trying to, I think you were trying to allude to was the Jason Todd episode, the Haley Circus episode, right? Where the son of the man that killed Dick Grayson's parents like comes back for revenge against
Yeah.
Dick Grayson because Dick Grayson got his dad killed after whatever.
Yeah. You're right.
And like he's like, oh, it was only it was so easy to figure out that you were
exactly.
Robin.
Surely
And it's
figure out Bruce Wayne's Batman then, right? If you know who Dick Grayson is, Robin.
Like, okay. Yeah, like why don't you extort Batman and be like, give us a couple mil and I won't tell anyone that you're Batman.
Yeah, and it's, like this version of Batman supposedly doesn't kill, so you've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
It's just like surely everyone could figure out Bruce Wayne's Batman because everyone knows Dick Grayson's Robin.
They know that. Yeah, exactly. Because Robin would have appeared like a couple months after Dick Grayson was adopted by Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, just read between the lines.
Somewhat of a little correlation there.
That's one thing I feel like. I suppose in comics, like when you read, you got to give it some leeway because it's like comic book logic. Surely they can't see through the Domino mask, but like in other versions of DC media, like in the Arkham games, for example, I really like the Nightwing suit in the Arkham games has like the mask that kind of goes over a bit more of his face, so you can't. It's not just the Domino mask.
Oh yeah, covers.
And
Robin wears
a
like
hood
the side of
as
his
well,
side of his
in
face.
Arkham games.
Yeah.
So it's like so it's easy to say like, oh, that's not Dick Grayson or whatever. You can't really tell.
Like it's hard to get a good look at his face.
Exactly.
I don't know who.
But
he
then
was.
this is just eye mask, and everyone knows he's Dick Grayson anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, good job.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Fuck. I don't know.
It's just an overall disappointing show.
There's so much more to say, so much potential. But I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like, that's how much I hate this show. It's just awful.
Yeah. I feel the exact same way, man. I've got, like, pages... I've got, like, at least 4 points for each... for each episode to talk about.
Yeah, right.
But I don't want to.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Neither do I. I think this is a good time to call it quits for this episode.
Oh, my God.
Thank everyone for sticking with us for this 40-ish minute rant on how bad this TV
before
show
we officially
was.
actually end this, I just want to say I was holding my notebook and I turned the page and there was another page of notes I forgot I had written. That's how much shit I have in this.
Anything noteworthy to
Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. How does Bruce Wayne know like that Nightwing suit? Because he designed it apparently.
Yeah, that's right. And another thing, all those people that work at that like suit making place, they all obviously know who Bruce Wayne is, right?
Yeah. Well, they work for Bruce Wayne, I think, just in general.
Yeah, like no, but like unless it's just like why have all those people there making the suits when those are a whole bunch of liabilities?
Yeah, because usually it's just Lucius Fox, right? In the comics and other stuff,
yeah,
it's like Lucius Fox makes it, or like he helps Bruce Wayne design it or whatever.
Something like that. Something like that.
I think that doesn't make sense because Dick Grayson in season 2 goes to jail and he hears that story of the blue bird that comes and helps people, and then he goes to the costume guys and he goes, "Oh yeah, we've made a costume for you already. Yeah, Bruce Wayne asked us to make it." It's like, how did Bruce Wayne know about Nightwing? Nightwing hadn't even been a thing yet. What the fuck? It's awful. Doesn't make any sense.
I will say, going back onto the suits though, the Nightwing suit looks really
it's
damn
incredible.
good in this
It's
show.
so sexy. Even in the blue filter,
it is so damn good. It's such a good looking suit. No, but anything else on that second page of notes?
I've written here. Dawn throws out all of Hank's stuff. ... What a bitch. I don't know. I've got that written down.
Why would you?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what people do all the time when their exes leave stuff.
I know, but she throws it in the bin, and then she goes takes one picture that she likes and just leaves the rest in the bin.
Well, yeah, because it's got her friends in it as well.
Well, she gets up with him in the next couple episodes or whatever. Or the next episode.
No, she doesn't. They become crime fighting partners again. They don't become a couple. No, look, it doesn't matter. It's a horrible
doesn't matter.
show.
I'm not going to rewatch it anytime soon.
Go watch the 2000s Teen Titans show, even though it's got a horrible ending. Don't watch Titans.
Whatever you do, don't watch Titans.
Love God.
Jesus.
So much Titans. Unless the third season is magically somehow
Probably won't be
better.
though.
But even then, that's a bit of a long shot. Thank you for sticking through another episode of the Look Around podcast. We will see you in episode 3.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.